Okay, here's a question for you. What would it actually take for someone to flat out turn down $1 billion offer?
$1 billion. Wow.
Yeah, you heard that right. $1 billion. And look, this isn't some hypothetical, you know, thought experiment.
Right.
It's actually happening right now in like the hottest sector on the planet, artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm. The AI space is just white hot.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into this intense global AI talent war.
Yeah.
We're focusing on a really recent, honestly jaw-dropping event where this small, pretty new AI startup just flat out rejected these, well, unprecedented offers from a tech titan.
It's an incredible story.
This really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What
Yeah.
could possibly be more compelling than that kind of cash?
Well, to try and figure that out, we've pulled together some really insightful sources.
Okay.
We've got key bits from an article called AI Talent Wars, Purpose Over Profit, which sort of lays out the big picture.
Right.
And we also have an article from the Times of India that directly quotes Murati. She's the CEO right at the center of this whole thing.
Got it. So Murati herself, that's key.
Definitely.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive, then, is to unpack the really fascinating reasons why top AI talent is making decisions like this.
Mm-hmm.
What does it tell us about, the shifting values in the AI industry?
Yeah, what's really driving people?
And maybe most importantly, what does all this mean for the future of AI development itself? Get ready, because this might just challenge how you think about ambition and innovation.
It certainly challenges the money is everything idea.
Absolutely. So let's set the scene a bit. The AI industry right now, especially in this race for artificial general intelligence, AGI.
The big prize.
Exactly. It's defined by this escalating global talent war. We're talking Silicon Valley, but really everywhere, engaging in super aggressive recruitment.
And the money.
The compensation packages are just reaching levels that are, well, unprecedented, almost fantastical, really.
And right at the forefront of that aggressive push is Meta under Mark Zuckerberg.
Right.
They've launched this massive multi-billion-dollar investment and hiring campaign. And they're not just going after the usual suspects like Apple anymore.
Oh, who are they targeting now?
They're specifically aiming for top people from places like Google, DeepMind, OpenAI, Ilya Sutskever's Safe Superintelligence.
Okay, the big AI players.
Exactly. And crucially for our story, Mira Murati's Thinking Machines Lab.
Ah, so TML is squarely in their sights.
Very much so. It's a clear signal, of just how high the stakes are for Meta in this AGI race. They need that talent.
It's interesting, though, how Meta's approach has kind of split opinions, hasn't it?
It really has.
You've got Sam Altman, OpenAI's CEO, basically comparing their recruitment tactics to the mafia. Which is,
That's strong language.
it really is. But then on the flip side, you have Demis Hassabis from DeepMind calling it a rational move.
Yeah, he sees it as Meta just trying to catch up. Makes sense from a competitive standpoint, I suppose.
It really shows you the different perspectives out there, doesn't it? Depending on where you sit.
Absolutely. And what's truly astonishing here is the scale of the offers Meta reportedly made to folks at Mira Murati's Thinking Machines Lab, or TML.
Okay, let's hear it.
The reports mention compensation packages ranging from, get this, $200 million up to an astonishing $1 billion.
$1 billion for one person.
Oh,
Over time, presumably.
over multiple years, yeah. But still, for top AI researchers, and this is the thing, it signals this seismic shift.
How so?
Titans like Meta are redefining executive-level pay, but for researchers. It just highlights the, maybe desperation isn't the right word, but the immense value placed on these specific minds.
That's incredible. Any more detail on those numbers?
Well, one senior researcher was allegedly offered over $1 billion spread out. Others were promised hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
And even the first-year payouts were huge, like $50 million to $100 million in year one.
Just, wow. How many people did they target?
Meta reportedly went after more than a dozen of Murati's team, and TML only has about 50 employees total.
So, like a quarter of their research staff. That's a significant chunk.
It's a major attempt to poach a core group.
Those numbers are genuinely mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Is there a point where an offer gets so big it almost seems unreal? Or does $1 billion always get attention?
That's a fantastic question, and it really cuts to the heart of this story.
So how did TML respond to this, financial assault?
Decisively. Absolutely decisively. Mira Murati herself, the CEO, she confirmed it directly to Wired. Quote, "Not a single person has taken the offer."
Wait, not one?
Not one. A unanimous refusal. in the face of, potentially life-altering money for anyone.
A unanimous rejection. That's almost more shocking than the offers themselves.
It really is.
But hang on, how did Meta react to that? To Murati saying publicly nobody took the deal?
Well, Meta's communications director, Andy Stone, he pushed back. He presented a different version. He disputed the scale, the details, said offers were made to only a handful of people and that the details are off.
Only a handful. That sounds quite different from more than a dozen.
Exactly. And then he pointedly asked, who is spinning this narrative and why? Suggesting, maybe TML has a reason for putting their version out there.
Ah, the counter-narrative. Meta suggesting maybe the numbers or the scope were inflated by TML's side.
Precisely. It's Meta trying to manage the perception, push back on a story that doesn't exactly make them look like they succeeded.
So when Stone says the details are off, does that mean they admit making offers, just not those specific billion-dollar figures? Or are they denying the whole premise?
It's a bit ambiguous, isn't it? But the implication seems to be, yes, we made offers, but not that many, and maybe not that high.
This whole conflicting account thing is significant then. It's not just like a squabble over numbers.
Not at all.
It's strategic. Both sides trying to control the story, manage public perception in this really high-stakes game.
Exactly right. It's like a PR chess match playing out alongside the talent war.
Okay, so let's zoom in on Thinking Machines Lab, TML. Who are they exactly? Because they seem to be this, well, unlikely victor here.
They've definitely emerged quickly. TML was founded in February 2025, so very recent.
Wow, yeah.
By Murati, who was previously the CTO at OpenAI. So she comes with serious credibility.
Okay, former OpenAI CTO. That makes sense.
And she quickly assembled this really formidable leadership team. We're talking OpenAI co-founder John Schulman as chief scientist.
Schulman, wow, okay. He's a big name.
Huge name.
Yeah.
And Barrett Zoff as technology chief, plus other key people also from OpenAI. It's a serious brain trust, especially for a brand new startup.
That is quite the lineup right from the start. And financially.
Yeah.
You mentioned they hadn't launched a product yet?
Correct. No public product. But despite being so young, they've achieved this remarkable $12 billion valuation.
$12 billion without a product. How?
Through a massive $2 billion seed funding round, led by Andreessen Horowitz.
A-list VCs.
Absolutely. Plus big investments from NVIDIA, AMD, Cisco, Jane Street, even the Albanian government, interestingly enough.
The Albanian government. Okay, that's unexpected.
Right.
But that valuation, $12 billion, it's not just money, is it? It's a massive vote of confidence from serious players.
Exactly. It proves that investors believe deeply in their mission-driven model. That purpose, not just potential profit, can command huge market value right now.
So what is their core mission? What's the vision they're selling?
Their stated goal is to build AI systems that, quote, push technical boundaries but also align with human values.
Okay, alignment is key.
Very key. They're focusing on multimodal human collaborative AI for science and programming. They want to build AI systems that are general purpose, customizable, and understandable.
Understandable AI. That's a big goal in itself.
It is. And this commitment extends to AI safety, alignment, and they plan for open research releasing code, data sets, model specs down the line. It's a whole package that really appeals to a certain type of researcher.
And for those researchers, the mission-driven ones, what really seals the deal at TML, you mentioned independence.
Yes, the structural stuff is crucial. TML is set up as a public benefit corporation.
Okay, what does that mean practically?
It means they're legally required to prioritize their social and environmental mission right alongside making money. It's not just talk. It's embedded in their legal structure.
That's a powerful commitment.
And crucially, Murati holds a deciding vote on board matters. She has weighted voting power, giving her majority control.
So she really controls the direction.
She does. And that combination, the public benefit status, her control, it guarantees a level of freedom and mission focus that's incredibly attractive if you're wary of big corporate agendas.
You can see why that would appeal. No wonder they're attracting talent.
Exactly. And it's led to this sort of reverse poaching trend. They've hired about 30 researchers and engineers from competitors like OpenAI, Meta AI, Mistral AI.
From Meta, too. Interesting.
Yeah. And nearly 2/3 of the team actually comes from OpenAI.
Wow, a major exodus.
It seems like it. And the fact that John Schulman, the OpenAI co-founder, joined TML after only a brief time at Anthropic, that really underscores TML's pull.
So it's not just about the money, clearly. It's about where these top minds feel they can do their best, most aligned work.
That seems to be the message, yeah.
Okay, fascinating dynamic at TML. Let's switch gears now and look at Meta's side more closely.
Okay.
Their superintelligence lab, MSL, what's their story?
Well, MSL's mission is equally, if not more, bold on paper. They state they're building artificial intelligence that outthinks humans,
Whoa.
and their goal is to lead the global race toward artificial general intelligence. MSL basically brings together all of Meta's AI efforts under one roof. It shows how serious Zuckerberg is about AGI.
So unifying all AI efforts. Who's leading this charge for them?
They made some high-profile hires there, too. Alexander Wang, who co-founded and was CEO of Scale AI, he's the chief AI officer.
Okay, Scale AI, big player in data labeling.
Right. And Shenjie Zhao, who was a co-creator of OpenAI's ChatGPT, is their chief scientist.
Another big name from OpenAI's history.
Definitely. And Zuckerberg said he wants MSL to operate like a startup inside the company. You know, its own building, some isolation, but with Meta's huge resources.
Right, the startup within a behemoth model. From your perspective, does that ever truly work? Or do the corporate structures inevitably take over?
That is the perennial challenge, isn't it? For many big companies trying to foster real innovation. And for Meta, look, their AI strategy hasn't been without its bumps.
Like what?
Well, beyond just the recruitment struggles we talked about, there have been significant criticisms and challenges.
Okay.
For instance, technical performance. Their Llama 4 AI model apparently got a poor reception from developers. It was seen as difficult to customize.
Not ideal if you want developers to adopt
Not
it.
at all. And there were reports of delays in Llama 4's development and it underperforming relative to competitors like, say, GPT-5 and Gemini.
Ouch. Competition's fierce there.
Fierce is an understatement, and apparently this directly led Mark Zuckerberg himself to lose confidence in his generative AI team's leadership.
Losing confidence from the top, that's a major blow internally.
Huge blow. And that actually ties into some of the leadership concerns we touched on earlier, doesn't it?
You mean about Alexander Wang?
Yeah. Reports mention that some TML employees had reservations about Wang's leadership style and maybe his limited experience, specifically in leading fundamental AGI research at this scale.
So it raises that critical question again. Does the credibility and the vision of the leader matter more than a massive paycheck? Especially when you're talking about attracting these absolute top-tier AGI minds.
It really seems like it does, doesn't it? For this specific group, working under leadership they perceive as truly visionary and technically deep seems paramount. Maybe even more than the money.
And then there's the philosophical side.
Right, the philosophical misalignment. This seems huge. TML researchers reportedly weren't impressed with Meta's product roadmap.
Why not?
They felt Meta's focus on, creating AI content for Facebook and Instagram just doesn't align with their own goals. Their ambition is achieving AGI.
So social media applications versus fundamental AGI.
Exactly. They apparently characterized Meta's output, the stuff for Facebook and Instagram, as AI slop.
AI slop. Wow, that's pretty damning.
It's a very harsh assessment, yeah. And it highlights this fundamental clash of purpose, of vision.
It makes you wonder about the morale of Meta's existing AI teams, hearing that kind of external perception.
You have to assume it's challenging.
And on top of these technical issues, leadership questions, and philosophical divides, Meta's also facing more financial scrutiny now, right?
Indeed. They're experiencing their slowest profit growth in 2 years. They're dealing with rising capital costs. And they've increased their capital expenditure forecasts significantly, largely for AI infrastructure.
Spending big on AI.
Spending huge. And analysts are starting to question if these massive AI investments will actually deliver the returns expected. They're drawing parallels to the very costly metaverse pivot.
Ah, the metaverse comparison.
Yeah.
That's got a sting.
It probably does. And there are even internal concerns mentioned about existing AI staff feeling a bit sidelined by these new splashy initiatives and the high-profile external hires. It sounds like a complex and challenging internal environment.
Okay, so pulling it all together, we see these staggering financial offers from Meta, but TML unanimously rejects them. Let's really break down the core reasons why purpose beat profit here. What truly drove that decision?
Okay, first and foremost, it seems to be about independence. The TML researchers explicitly, quote, prioritize their independence and the opportunity to shape the future of AI from the ground up.
Free from big corporate constraints.
Exactly. Free from the layers, the potential strategy shifts of a large corporation. For them, that autonomy, that freedom, it isn't just a nice to have, it's a powerful, maybe non-negotiable draw.
Okay, independence is number one. What's next?
Second, there's clearly a profound belief in Mira Murati's specific long-term vision and her leadership.
Her personal leadership.
Yes. Industry insiders apparently confirm this. Her vision and leadership are seen as key reasons that teams stay so united.
And that vision is?
That mission we talked about, building AI systems that not only push technical boundaries, but also align with human values. That resonates deeply. It creates a loyalty that apparently even $1 billion can't shake.
Belief in the leader and the mission. Got it. Third reason.
Third, that skepticism we mentioned about Meta's leadership, specifically around Alexander Wang.
The limited experience concern.
Right. The concerns about his experience leading this kind of frontier AGI effort. It suggests that for these elite teams, the perceived competence and credibility of the leadership is a major factor. It can be a significant deterrent if it's not seen as top tier.
So it's not just who signs the checks, but who's actually steering the research ship.
Precisely.
Okay.
Fourth reason.
Fourth, and this feels really crucial, that profound skepticism about Meta's actual product direction.
The AI slop issue. Exactly. That perception of Meta focusing on AI for social media feeds versus TML's goal of pursuing AGI for science and programming, it's a fundamental clash, a philosophical, purpose-driven misalignment that even those huge offers just couldn't bridge.
A clash of visions for what AI should even be for.
You could say that. And finally, look, we can't ignore the practical side. The existing wealth and significant equity these TML researchers already hold.
Oh, right. They're already well compensated through TML's success.
Very likely. With TML hitting that $12 billion valuation, their equity stakes are already substantial. That inevitably reduces the incremental benefit of even $1 billion cash offer spread over years.
So the law of diminishing returns kicks in.
In a way, yes. When you already have significant financial security, other factors, non-monetary ones like autonomy, mission, leadership, the work itself, they just become much, much more important.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So this whole TML rejection saga, it clearly has bigger implications for the entire AI industry, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Huge implications.
The core message seems pretty clear. Loyalty and mission can still outshine billion-dollar offers, even in 2025.
That's the headline, yeah. It signals this really fundamental shift, or maybe clarification, of researcher priorities at the very top end of the talent pool.
And what does this mean for the big tech companies trying to dominate AI and for the overall shape of AI development?
Well, it means the old playbook might not be enough anymore. And look, this TML situation isn't totally isolated.
Other examples?
Think about high-profile leaders like Ilya Sutskever, another key figure from OpenAI's past.
Right, he left OpenAI recently.
Exactly. And he launched his own venture, Safe Superintelligence Inc., focused explicitly on safety and AGI. It's another example of top AI minds choosing this path of mission-driven autonomy over staying within or being absorbed by a large corporate structure.
So a trend towards independent, mission-focused labs.
It seems to be a growing trend, yes. The AI talent market, especially at the AGI frontier, seems to be maturing beyond just chasing the biggest paycheck. Purpose and independence are becoming incredibly powerful differentiators.
And you mentioned this might not just be a Silicon Valley thing.
Correct. The sources mention that India's AI community values mission alignment over money as well. So this purpose over profit narrative might actually be a broader, maybe even global trend among elite AI professionals.
That is a really interesting potential global shift in values for this field.
It suggests a deep reevaluation is happening about what constitutes a truly meaningful and impactful career for these uniquely skilled individuals.
So what does this mean for Meta specifically? They threw huge money at TML and came up empty.
Well, it highlights their broader challenge. Despite offering these extraordinary compensation packages, the reports say Meta's gains have been limited. Only a fraction of the high-profile researchers they've targeted overall have actually opted to join them.
So it's an ongoing struggle for them to land the very top tier.
It suggests they'll continue to struggle if their core strategic direction and product focus don't genuinely align with the deep-seated AGI aspirations of the researchers they most want to hire. Money, even billions, clearly isn't solving the entire problem.
And how are investors seeing all this? You mentioned the stock performance comparison.
Right. Meta's stock might be up this year, partly because of heavy AI investment news.
Oh?
But As we said, analysts are also warning about those rising costs and drawing those uncomfortable parallels to the metaverse spending. There are questions about the long-term payoff. While TML, in stark contrast, gets that $12 billion valuation without a product off a $2 billion seed round, that demonstrates massive investor confidence, specifically in their mission-driven, independent startup model. It's a really striking divergence in how the market is viewing these different approaches to AI's future.
Wow. So summing up this section, what's the big takeaway about the AI landscape?
I think the main takeaway is that the AI industry, especially at the cutting edge, the AGI frontier, is increasingly becoming a values-driven ecosystem.
Values-driven.
Yeah. Companies that can genuinely articulate and, more importantly, embody a mission focused on responsible, beneficial, human-aligned AI. They're going to have a significant competitive advantage. Not just in PR, but in attracting and keeping the absolute best talent.
So this TML story is kind of a cautionary tale for the big incumbents.
Absolutely. A powerful cautionary tale. It shows that financial muscle alone isn't enough to guarantee dominance in these potentially world-changing fields like AGI if there are fundamental misalignments in culture, vision, or leadership.
So the mandate for the giants is clear then.
It seems to be. Beyond just writing bigger checks, they need to cultivate real, authentic mission alignment. They need to empower researchers with genuine independence. And they need to ensure their leadership truly inspires confidence and resonates with the values of the people they want to lead. It's a much taller order.
Well, we've certainly taken a deep dive today into this fascinating world of AI talent wars. And it really does reveal that, yes, in the quest for artificial general intelligence, purpose can, in fact, trump profit. It's a powerful story about what really motivates innovation at the absolute highest level.
And for you, the listener, perhaps the key insight here is that the most valuable assets in this whole AI race aren't just the compute power or the billions in capital. Increasingly, it seems to be the minds, the human talent driven by a clear, compelling mission and a genuine desire for independence to pursue it.
So let's leave you with a final provocative thought to mull over. As AI keeps advancing at this incredible, almost breakneck speed, what does this apparent shift in priorities towards purpose and autonomy actually mean for the kinds of AI systems that will ultimately get built?
Yeah, and what kind of future will they shape?
Will the most transformative, maybe the most beneficial AI emerge from these independent, mission-driven labs like TML? Or can the big tech giants truly adapt their cultures, their structures, to foster that same level of deep, mission-driven innovation?
It's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Maybe even more.
It really is. What stands out most to you from this deep dive today? Lots to think about there.